Let's take a look at the hostile environment policy, a truly British invention, crafted with all the subtle charm of a brick through a window. And what a brilliant and yet terrifyingly accurate lens through which to view the local tax department secretly hidden in your council's town hall. Indeed, one could argue that long before Theresa the terrorist May's policy aimed to make life difficult for certain groups, to encourage them to leave, the tax office hiding inside your local council was perfecting its own, albeit domestically focused, hostile environment for the reluctantly compliant. And today we unpack this glorious parallel with the full sardonic wit it so richly deserves. So sit back and enjoy. The tax department hiding inside your council, pioneers of the domestic hostile environment. Theresa terrorist May's hostile environment policy was designed to make life so unbearable for undocumented immigrants that they would voluntarily leave the UK. It involved strict rules, checks and a general air of suspicion from various public services. Now, apply that philosophy to your local tax department installed in your local council, and suddenly the pieces fall into place with alarming clarity. The constant scrutiny, the paper trail of dread, much like the broader hostile environment, the local tax department fronting as your council ensures you're under perpetual low-level surveillance. Every address change, even though the law has been shown that for purposes of council tax there is no legal requirement to inform the council of residence. Every discount applied for, every missed payment creates a meticulous paper trail, or more accurately, an immaculate digital record of your existence. They know where you live, where you work, if you get an attachment of earnings, and precisely how much you owe. There's no escaping the watchful eye of the tax algorithm at your council. It's designed to make you feel that, even when you're doing everything right, you're merely one administrative error away from financial perdition. The bureaucratic gauntlet, the unspeakable forms. Are you applying for a single person discount, trying to argue completion notice on a property that's still a building site? Prepare for forms so convoluted they could double as advanced origami instructions. Each step is designed to be just slightly more complicated than you expect, just ambiguous enough to require a phone call that goes unanswered or a personal visit that achieves nothing. It's a system designed not just to collect money, but to grind down your spirit through sheer administrative tedium. You want a discount? Prove you're lonely and fill out forms CT7B sections 3212479 in triplicate by quill pen under a full moon. Not forgetting to have thunder, lightning and a maelstrom of all other kinds of weather. The escalating threats, the gentle persuasion of debt. The hostile environment works on escalating pressure. Similarly, the council tax department begins with polite reminders, then moves to stern warnings, then the dreaded liability order, which we've now established doesn't exist, followed by the asset relocation specialists known as bailiffs, but more modernly debt collection agents or enforcement officers, to meet with the corporate image they wish to portray, and culminates in the delightful notion of council tax staycation prison. Every step is a clear signal. We're making life progressively more uncomfortable until you comply. Your discomfort is our leverage. And finally, The sense of being unwelcome despite being a paying native inhabitant. This is the cognitive dissonance in action. You are seemingly a legitimate inhabitant, contributing to the local coffers. Yet the experience of interacting with the local tax system can make you feel like an unwelcome burden, a perpetual defaulter in waiting, rather than a valued civilian. You're simply a source of revenue, and any deviation from prompt, unquestioning payment is met with swift, automated and escalating disapproval. God help us when AI takes over with digital ID et al. In essence, the tax department installed in your local council doesn't just collect taxes, it cultivates an atmosphere where vigilance is key, compliance is paramount, and if you question the system, it often feels like walking into a well-laid legal trap. It's a beautifully subtle, perpetually present and utterly soul-crushing domestic hostile environment, simply breaching your human rights, where the goal isn't necessarily to make you leave the country, however there is a mass exodus in operation, but to make you wish you'd never paid attention to that welcome to your new home leaflet. It is a masterclass in bureaucratic terror, all funded by the inhabitants of the county. And here we little people will do well to remember, though we are not legally trained, that the Local Government Act 1888, Section 78 and 79, subsection 2 on the both still stands, never been repealed, and so you may want to go and have a look at them, which of course your local HMRC, situated in the back rooms of the local council, will deny, deflect and derail. So next time you open the brown envelope and see the numbers go up, just smile, remember your rights, and then promptly realise they don't apply to your postcode. Think it's lawful? Think again, then double check, then ask for the signed liability order. Join the movement, ask the questions, challenge the fiction. Subscribe for more brutally honest breakdowns of British bureaucratic nonsense. Till the next time, take care, keep well, stay strong, toodle pip for now.